On one occasion, I was walking up the Chronicle with the then Secretary of State, Sir Patrick Mayhew, and he was doing a sort of a tour. It was a lovely, I think it was a Saturday, beautiful afternoon, the sun was shining, and there were a lot of people and media people there, you see, and I had no difficulty. People were very nice to me. But as we walked up, a guy came out of a pub and he was obviously quite drunk. And I can't use four-letter words in an interview like this, but this guy came out and he said, what is that big C doing here? That's what he said. And he said the full word. And one of the media people says, do you mean Joe Hendry? And I was amused because I thought it was me that he was referring to, but no, he definitely was not. But, you know, these things happen. And certainly Paddy Mayhew, it didn't seem to affect him either. So I mean, that's just all it's part of your job, isn't it?
There was a need for a candidate for the 1979 Westminster elections. Somebody suggested that I might fill the gap, as it were. Obviously with no expectation of winning, because as you say, at the parliamentary level anyway, Paisley was the candidate. He had been MP for several years. There was no chance that Sean Farren or anybody else from the SDLP, or indeed from any other party, was going to take the seat. I remember going to the door, not in a particularly nationalist area. I think it was in Ballymena on one occasion, and I was giving the lady my literature, and I was starting to say the message that I wanted to get across. She took the literature off me and tore it into shreds. And I turned and I simply said to her, well, ma'am, you've got a problem now. You've got to sweep all that up. Goodbye and thank you very much.
There was a councillor here, Dougie Hutchinson, DUP, and why was he DUP? The matter arose about place names. And he got up and he thumped the table in front of him and he said, there'll be no Irish names in Drumnahunshin as long as I live there. He didn't see the irony of it. At a later stage where I was leading a campaign to have quarrying stopped at Owenwaha at Navan Fort, the historical settlement. Very difficult to get any of the unionists involved. So I said to Dougie one night, you know, I said, Cullen came from here, from that fort. And I said, do you know what he did? No. I said, he tied himself to a stake in the Cooley Mountains to protect the hordes coming in from the south. I got him on side.